There's a technique for lucid dreaming and in actually inducing a dream state that can expand into different things like altered states of consciousness and shamanic journeying. That is called the Christos Experience. And there doesn't seem to be that many people who are actually aware of the Christos Experience. But let me go through it and explain it and tell you how I actually became aware of the Christos Experience. Okay, so on this channel I've mentioned that in my early years, when I was 12, I came across Lobsang Rampa books in the library. And it was around about that time, I must have been about 12 or 13, because I remember being in the earlier years of high school. And it was around that time that I made a friend, Austin Ward, naughty little shit, red-haired guy. He was also interested in the esoteric and the occult and things like that at an early age. And we discovered this method called the Christos Experience. And the Christos Experience is where you put somebody into a dream state. And this dream state can be used for healing purposes, psychological healing, but it can also be used for past life regressions and things like that. And people have used it for out-of-body experiences, lucid dreaming itself, entering an altered state of consciousness in order to do shamanic journeying. So it's great for a shamanic warrior to develop their dreaming skills and things like that. So it does have a lot of applications, but its main application is to put somebody into a lucid dream where they become a different character. And through that different character, they can often heal themselves psychologically. And also that character can often indicate a past life. So what I've done on my website, leewjohnson.com, I have put an article that I wrote, I think it was about 10 years ago, on the Christos Experience. And it goes through the whys, the hows, but there's a lot of experiences I had when doing the Christos Experience for other people and the experiences that they actually had. And then it goes into how to actually do it. Now, when you're doing the Christos Experience or Christos Technique, you do usually need at least 2 people. I did read a case where one person did it themselves somehow, and they experienced experienced an out-of-body experience. So astral projection. But usually you need 2 people, preferably 3 people, because the technique itself, what you do is you massage the person's third eye, their brow, their pineal gland, and then at the same time somebody also massages their ankles and feet. So this is why you can have 2 people. If you've got the subject and the guide, and the guide's very important because the guide has to sort of guide the subject through the experience and then bring them back again. But as I said, it can be done as one person, as an individual. I haven't done it myself. Maybe I'll try it at some stage in the future. But okay, so the Christos Experience, there's, as I say, there's a whole load of little exercises that you go through in the beginning in order to get the person into this dream state. And that involves massage of the brow, and to a point where the person actually hears a buzzing in their ears or in their head. Then from there, once they've got that into that relaxed state, you take them through a series of visualizations, and these visualizations are actually very much akin to astral projection practices. So, for instance, you make your feet grow or extend 2 feet. and you bring them back, and then your head extends, and then you extend your feet more, and your head extends more, and then you blow your body up like a balloon. And then you imagine yourself standing in front of a front door of a house. And the subject's asked to explain with great detail the door, the surroundings, then turn around and describe what they see, to look up, to look down, then to go onto the roof and describe what they see below them and above them. Then what you do, you take them up, straight up into the air. So they fly up into the air and they keep going, and then you stop them at a certain point, you ask them to describe what they see below, and then they go further and further and further until they basically can't see anything. Then you bring them back down slowly. You don't want them to fall. So they slowly descend back down to the ground. And when they land, they are in a different place. They are a different person. And this is where it gets quite exciting. But so what you do from there is you basically get them to describe what they see, what their hands look like, what types of clothes they're wearing, and then you try and find some kind of reflective surface so they can see the face, and then you ask them what their name is. And it can often be somebody. Well, it always is somebody completely different. But often characters from the past, famous people maybe. I've had King Arthur's witch. I've had some very interesting characters pop up. The one thing you don't want to bring into this is death and sex. So if the person finds themselves in a war zone or being threatened, their life being threatened, pull them out. It hasn't happened to me, but I have read cases of people who, for instance, there was one where the guy was in a battle. It's in the article. You can read it there. But if I remember correctly, he was in a battle and he met death with a sword through the throat. And in the physical life and the physical, his own physical body that was lying there with the guide, he started choking and couldn't breathe. And this, what happens in this dream can often manifest in reality. It becomes so real to the person. And obviously the same thing with sex. It can get quite embarrassing for the person, so try to leave that out of it. But yeah, it's a very interesting technique. I did stop doing it. As I say, I learnt this at a very early age, and carrying on through high school and stuff, would start going to parties, and it became a party trick. The party got a bit boring, and somebody would say, "Hey, Lee knows how to put people into dreams. Oh, do me," and so yeah, I stopped doing it. I refused to do it after a while. It just became a bit irritating and too much. But it's definitely a good technique, definitely a valuable technique, and I think one I should actually get back into, because it can be used to help heal people, and healing is one of my main areas. So anyway, that's the Christos Technique or Christos Experience, and as I said, if you want to read all the details, go to leewjohnson.com, go to the blog, and you'll find a post about the Christos Technique there. And have a read of that. And that's it. So I'll see you on Friday. Have a good one. Cheers.